Hello, my people. Welcome back to Kagamu TV. It's good to hear from you and good to see everybody once again. Now, video matter. And this is very crazy. It's very crazy because I just watched the 43-minute long video now, and it's just funny. It is really funny to me. And again, shout out to every Nigerian, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, who came out, spoke, and lent their voice to see that VDM is being released. Because if you see the situation, according to everything we happen, just as VDM said it, they really don't have anything on him. What they don't like is that someone is really actively calling the Efcc out, and there's really nothing they can do about it. So they had to use power, of which I have said this long before now. I remember telling one of my persons that if they are going to get him, if you want to go, it's just like the story of Daniel in the Bible, that they don't see anything to use against him except his prayer. Honestly, and that is what just happened. Efcc does not have anything to hold against VeryDarkMan. That's why they absolutely had to use power, because what they used was just absolutely flaunting of power, and then they had to try to walk around seeing how they can pin him, and unfortunately they have not been able to. And I heard that they are putting a money laundering this thing on him. He is not a money launderer. We know he's not a money launderer. And we know the money launderers. Of course, the money launderers are there. Everybody can see it with the money launderers are. So if they want to see a money launderer, they should go and get the money launderers. VDM is not a money launderer. So I just see this as a story of an elder brother that just wants to, a very rude elder brother that has like a responsible younger brother and does not know how to pin him or how to punish him, but decided to just punish him for nothing. And another thing that I see is that they really are looking for a way to have VeryDarkMan on their side. But the problem with that is that light and darkness cannot coexist. It's not possible. VDM is light. I don't know who darkness is in this case. You judge. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to find a way to pin him and make sure that he's on their side. And one of the ways they can do that is to nail him with an offense. Just like they did to Terry Akpala. They are now to, send VDM a message and ask him to retract something and do this and do that. But then that didn't work. So what they are trying to do is to find a way to get him on their side and be like an ambassador for EFCC, of which, in the true sense, what VDM is doing, what VDM is after, is the same thing that EFCC is doing. In the same sense, they are both fighting corruption. They are both fighting for a greater Nigeria, but one is doing it the right way and the other is doing it, you decide the rest. So in partnership, it will be a very good force, a very good partnership, because it will be a very fruitful partnership if they come together. And that is what I think the EFCC is trying to do, trying to find a way to make sure that EFCC comes to their side. But the way they want to do it, from the video that this guy has released, reading from psychology, I won't lie to you, it looks like there is a sense of brokenness in VDM, which I'm not excited about. I'm not happy about it, because we need that fire to not be quenched. For us to have a working country, this is the biggest country. Nigeria is the biggest country in the world, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Nigerian. I've seen other countries. They wish they have what we have. We have everything. So it will be a very good force, but they just don't know how to do it, and that's why they are using force. That's why they're using, and that force is not going to work. And I just pray that this guy is not broken. I want him to come out strong. If they do rubbish again, make him knock them. Let him come after them. Let him come after them. And let this one, if they know that they want to do well, of course, let them also start doing well. Then they will be partners. The thing is, this country must be great. The Nigerian nation must be great. It has to be great, absolutely. There's nothing we can do about it. If anybody wants this country to be great, we need more voices like VDM. And the reason they are able to pin a VDM down is because it's just VDM that is as strong. We need more voices like VDM that can stand and nail people to the cross and make people accountable. And I hope that VDM will stop, because things like this can break someone. Going to a cell, and I'm glad that he's happy because he saw the support that he had. That alone can, give him a sense of an energy boost to not stop doing what he's doing. Because he felt alone before. It was like, oh, he's the only one. And it felt like everybody was against him, of which I think everybody was against him. Everybody was against him. But people are now beginning to see from his angle. It's only church people, I don't want to say useless church people, that are against him. Say if you do wrong, you do wrong. And from this discussion now, just from what he has said, from the information we have now, this Mercy Chinwo matter is still part. It's still part. They are part of the reasons. It's part of the reason why they want to use power. So we can't have a functioning country like that. We can't. Where there is no fair judgment, no fair treatment for everybody. If you are wrong, you do the time. That is it. If you are wrong, you do the time. So I'm so happy that he's out, and I'm not happy with the tone. I'm not happy. I wanted him to be hungry, but it looks like he likes him, and from what he said, they marketed themselves very well to him, because from what he said, the Efcc officers that attended to him, they didn't rough-handle him, except for the field boys, who are usually the ones that are usually rough, So they attended to him very well, and he kept saying that we are going to have a long-term relationship. VDM, if you're going to have a long-term relationship, I'm not against it. Have a long-term relationship, but don't stop calling out. If you see anything that is wrong, call it out. That is what we want. That's why we follow you. If you see anything that is wrong, call it out. Don't be afraid. Don't keep quiet. Because that is where they want to put Nigerians, where if anything is wrong, nobody can see anything, because there's this power. And from what he said, he also said that there's a political reason, and which is true. There's a potential political, affiliation with all these stories, because he's exposing a lot and is, opening up people's consciousness, which they don't want it to happen. We are looking at 27. It's just less than how many years away. They don't want people to see the truth. They want people to still be blinded by tribalism, by ethnicism. And it's not going to work. It's not. The moment our conscience is, we have a sensitized conscience, then it's going to be a problem for the negative side. So, big shout out to VDM. Big shout out to everybody that supported him. And here at Kagamu TV, we also showed our support, and we're glad to see that Nigeria we are now lending our voice. So, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. More entertainment, national, global stories coming up on Kagamu TV. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.